recently I was given the chance to play, for the first time ever, Planet Coaster 2, the roller coaster and water park simulation game. And my god, it was amazing being able to play it after seeing so many trailers and deep dives. Oh, it was great to get my hands on it. I got an awesome first look at all of the new tools, scenery, pool and flume options, flat rides, water rides, dark rides, and most importantly, the roller coasters and that coaster builder we've all been waiting to see. And that is what I'm going to talk you through today. Because in sandbox mode, I was given the chance to build as many different rides as I wanted to, and I built some very cool roller coasters. Cool because of the sort of features they have, not for how I built them, because it's not my finest work, I can't lie. The main one I do focus on building though is that drop track multi-dimension coaster that we've all been waiting to see. So be sure to watch till the end to see all the different types of coasters and the finished product of that one. And if you want to see more gameplay footage of Planet Coaster 2, including some new flat rides we weren't expecting, and some insane features of some water rides, then if you aren't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that when it releases. I have finally played Planet Coaster 2 and I'm allowed to show you all that I got up to in it, especially the coasters because they're so exciting. Pretty much we got to demo the two main parts of the game, the career mode, so we had to complete an objective, which I did completely wrong at first, but eventually got there, and then we got to go into sandbox mode and just do whatever the hell we wanted to. And like I said, I went through the dark rides, flat rides, transport rides, all that stuff, but I'm saving that for tomorrow's video because I know a lot of you just want to see the new drop tracks and sort of tilt tracks and everything like that. So that's what I'm here to do. So as you can see, I've got my recording of me playing this. It's not actually live right now. Look, I'm moving without my hands. And yes, you can see some very cool looking rides in the background, including the Zamperla Nebula. Yes, we finally got that in Planet Coaster 2. But as you can see right now, I have navigated my way to the coaster builder menu, and I actually go through all of the coasters we have in this list. Now, it may not be the full list because I haven't seen a Zamperla Valere on there yet, but it's pretty much all of them, so let's go through them. Keep up or you might miss something. We have the Intamin Accelerator Coaster, the F&N Antique Water Coaster, the Boomerang Vekoma, the Crazy Mouse, which is actually the SNS El Loco. Thought it was going to be a wild mouse, but oh well. The Dive Coaster by B&M, a Flawless Coaster by B&M as well. Oh my god, what am I doing? Oh. The Vekoma Giant Inverted Boomerang is just under that, but then we have the Impulsion, which is the Intamin Impulse Coaster, the Inverted 2-seater, which is B&M / Giovanola, the B&M 4-seater Invert, and a Flying Coaster, lovely, seeing that back in the game. The Junior Coaster, come on, click on it. Are you gonna... There we go. Beyond Vertical, which is actually the Gerstlauer Eurofighter, not Voltron. Big sand. The hydraulic launch like Formula Rossa. We're scrolling down again. There's the Premier Rides launch coaster. That's come back. It looks a lot better as well. The Mack launch coaster / lift hill. The pneumatic launch coaster. That's new. Didn't build that one, I don't think, but train looks cool. The Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster's back and again looks a lot better. We've got the Vekoma Looping Coaster if you want to click on it, hurry up. And also the Aerodynamics one, the Anton Schwarzkopf Looping Shuttle. I love what they've done with the names. The Mine Train Coaster, and here is where we get to my favourite part, the Intamin Multi-Dimension Coaster, or Multiverse Coaster, sorry. Friction Wheel, and then the other is LSM, and this one, as you can see by the photo, it's literally 13 at Alton Towers. I can't wait to get into building this. And I was a bit confused as to what the Multiverse Coaster LSM was. Was it going to be any different? And it actually was, because this is the sort of dynamic thing. A good explanation. If you've ever seen the likes of Uncharted, something like that, where it's got a lot of movement and it's quite a big ride car, that is what that is. And I do also build one of them in this video, so stay tuned. The RMC single rail we have right there, and then we have the Intamin sit-down 4-seater that's coming up. There we go. That's just the Intamin Mega Trains. The Vector sit-down 4-seater as well. That is a Vekoma launch coaster, the new generation one. We finally don't have to use the Vekoma booster bike cars. We can actually use that. The Giovanola sit down again, that was in the previous game. The Aerodynamic 6-seater, that looks a lot better now. The B&M sit down, that's just a hyper coaster. The Incredible Hulk S coaster by B&M, the sit down one again. The Spinning Coaster by Maura. The Spinning Coaster by Mack. The Spinning Wild Mouse right there by Pearl Rides, no idea who that is. The Mack Splash Coaster, am I just skipping past that one? Apparently so. There you go, that's what the splash coaster looks like. The stand-up coaster, the Star Loop model, swinging mine train, and they've even introduced the tilt coaster by Vekoma. And I was so curious about the tilt coaster that I completely disregarded the rest of the list for now and went straight to building one. So as you can see, I'm putting that down there, and again, I am remoted into someone else's computer, so it is a bit laggy. We go up the lift hill, as you can see, with the sort of height markers and stuff, and I literally just wanted to see this tilt track in action. So there you go, vertical drop tilt track you can add, and when you put that on, as you can see, you can start building underneath that there. Now, I don't know if there is a new generation Vekoma that has this track thing, or if it is just the classic Vekoma track that only has that, but hopefully we get more coasters with the tilt track option. But as you can see, we're making our way up the lift hill at an increased speed because I've sped it up because it was taking way too long, and we reach the top, and as you can see, the train will completely stop on that track piece and then tilt downwards like it does in real life. Watch this. Look how cool that is. I'm so glad we finally have this in the game. But yeah, that then lines up with the track below that you've built, and off it goes in 3, 2, 1, go! Go! There we go. But yeah, that is so cool, and I love the fact that around that element as well, there's all the sort of catwalks and everything like that, so very realistic alongside that tilt drop. But oh wait, the excitement doesn't peak there. But I then head off into the coaster builder again to sort of finish where I left off. So from the tilt coaster, you then got the Mack water coaster, you've got the B&M wave, or surf, not wave. You've got the 2 wing coasters, including the Intamin one and the B&M one, and then on top of that, another wooden coaster. There you go. A GCI wooden roller coaster there, and then it should be the 2 RMCs and the aerodynamics 4D. And by traversing the different categories at the top, I then made my way towards the multi-dimension coaster. And here we are then. This is the 13 style coaster. The train is basically the same thing, so I assume they based it off of that. And as you can see, I'm going to place down the station right in front of us now. Ignore everything in the background. My park that I started just looks so awful. It was my first time playing this and I wanted to experiment a lot. But as you can see already on the right side of the screen, when I'm starting to build this, you have drop tracks, turntables, loads of stuff to do. And you may actually recognize where I'm going with the start of this ride. I basically started trying to make a similar thing to 13, I guess. And as you can see, we start making our way up at a very steep angle. And at that point, I realized I'm not going to try and remake 13 because it's going to go horribly wrong. But I will do it when I have the game properly, I promise. So we dropped down, I added some trim brakes in true 13 fashion, and then we continued down towards the ground to do our first little turn. And genuinely, this coaster builder already felt so much better than Planet Coaster 1's. Just look, by turning up the banking offset by 1 meter and banking it round, look how heartlined that looks already. It's so good. This is where I wanted to put the drop track, because if we turn it left here into where that's going to be, we can now put down the drop track. And here we go, as you can see, putting down the drop track right now. There you go, there's the system for the drop track. And as you can see, there's a little bit of green there or green there, because you can choose either or to have the ride drop down and go out forwards, or drop down and go out backwards. Going out from the drop track then, I've put sort of like a little hill going out of it, and then I'm going to bank it round and somehow get back to the end. And here we go then. So I sort of banked it round thinking, oh, we'll have some sort of transfer here. Look at all of these different things. You've got a track edge tilt. There was a turntable just then as well. There's like transfer tracks, tilt tracks like that one, a teeter-totter. The hell does that mean? Loads of turntables, and of course what we've all been waiting for, the transfer tracks right in front of our eyes, right there on screen. The switch track, which I used to end the ride. And as you can see, I'm in the seated view for this POV, and I want you to see how smooth this is. This is one smooth over, by the way, no more. Ready? Here we go. Look how smooth that is. and then round again. This is one smooth. It used to take about 16 smooths over to actually get anything like this. And it's so good now. And then we go up into that lift. And here we go. It's drop track time. As you can see, we position ourselves onto the drop track there. And then suddenly... Oh no! Looks like we're going to drop down. Whoa! Obviously, the animations aren't fully complete because it's a preview of the game. But we then head all the way backwards, and the camera does jitter a little bit there. The track goes back up, and this bit's very unsmooth. Oh, there we go. Back over on the transfer track there. And here we go. Look, the switch track. Oh, it's so perfect. They couldn't have made this model of the ride any better. Around the drop track, I did make a building and sort of use some of the scenery pieces that we can find in the game, but I'll explain all of that in my video tomorrow. And I also wanted to see about the smoothing, because we saw just the normal track layout that doesn't go upside down. What about inversions? We know that Planet Coaster 1 used to mess them up so much when you smoothed them, but I quickly made a Vekoma launch coaster, which is a very cool model. I'll be building a lot of stuff with that, I feel like. And I stuck a single inversion on it, made it very just bog standard. Smoothed it over once, and this was the result. I don't know what I'm doing with the camera there, but there you go. We're going to seat, please, or front bumper. There we go. Look at this smoothness of that inversion after 1 or 2 smooths. And then I made this bit, but this bit's a bit jank. There you go, all the way up there. Again, 1 smooth on that, and it's pretty smooth already. There you go. And dead. Now I wanted to look at this thing. The Multiverse LSM coaster, because this has what the drop track one had, and it seems like even more. So as you can see, I've turned it round a corner right here, and I've started off straight away with a turntable right here. I just wanted to see what it looked like. You know, and what I find crazy about this ride as well is, as you can see, there's arrows as we go along on the track, and that actually means the way that the car is facing. So you'll be able to make the car spin round as it's going round the track pieces. That is so cool. As you can see, I did an LSM launch and then just launched it straight into whatever the hell this is. Added another drop track in there as well, just for good measure. There you go. I built a teeter-totter reverse direction right there for it to go to, because I wanted to see what it's like. I know it probably just goes like flat and then goes a bit like that and drops down, but wanted to see how it worked. As I did the turntable, and that's how this ride started off, as you can see, stopping on that there, and then we go round. Oh yeah, there was a bit of a bug with that. The track didn't come with us. One little one there, and then a massive drop to finish off, and then heading backwards like so. And at this point, my gameplay finished. That was time up. But I think the way they've gone with these new sort of types of coaster, it's very cool to see. Once again, a massive thank you to Frontier for letting me play this game early. Absolute honour. And if you are new around here and you want to see that video all about the new flat rides and even some strange things on some of the water rides, then please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I will see you tomorrow for that video. Goodbye now.